Hey everybody, good morning. For some of us, most of us, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? Welcome to another stream. Hey Timberly, MNF, It Ain't That, Mary Beth, Kenzie, Nikki D, MJ, Nisi, what's up? Bevs, welcome. Janine, Sassy, Ami, Candy Apple, Mary R, Kara Olson, MNF. What is the intro song? It's by Andrew Applepie. He's on YouTube. Check him out. Amy Judy, Lady D, VJ, Lindsay again, MJ, Polly. What's up? Welcome. All right. So, Yo Mama had a stream yesterday, and he talked about Misimu, garlic bread, and me being on Jessica because I was going over her stream about me. Well, in reality, the stream is about her because I was the one that got caught drinking and driving, and now you gotta face the consequences of her actions. One thing I actually didn't do is this. From my stream from that, I should pull up some comments here because there were actually some really good comments that people were showing. So I'm gonna pull that up and I'm gonna put it on the screen once we start getting into this. So let me share my screen right now. Let me go here and I will get straight into it. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And we'll see what he has to say about Jessica Messica and myself.
That's just what it is. It's nobody got me in their back pocket or anything like
Sure,
that. It's
yo
just like
mama.
Beauty to me is not entertainment for me. It's not. I can't sit here and just watch a Beauty video. I've tried to sit here with you guys and watch her eat ramen noodle and eat things out of a bowl, and I can't do it. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. But I try to give everybody the same energy, but
Send the
Beauty just
beat.
doesn't do too much for me to
You're
even say
funny.
anything negative about. If I can't create negative things about Beauty when it's not there. You guys can talk about the Cuba rage and all that other stuff like that, but I wasn't around for that. So I'm not gonna, you know,
Well,
exactly.
thanks,
Beauty's
Lindsay.
boring. It's just not but I like her honesty and I appreciate her for being in here and now back to subscribing.
I guess some people think Foodie Beauty is boring. I totally get that, but still a lot of us are Foodie Beauty reactors. That's how I started out. That's how I'm gonna stay. Just reacting to Foodie Beauty, reacting to Pete's, reacting to the regular stuff. I'm not trying to react to reactors. That's just not my thing.
that so that's to answer your question. But there's another person. There's another person that's getting very personal. It's Monty. Monty's getting very personal with Jessica Messica again. Now he's already pointed out, and he's done this video like
XSG.
maybe 3 times about Jessica Messica's DUI. Now he's deep dived into this situation. He's looked at every court file. He's looked at every case. The motherfucker is like a detective down there. He's literally talking to the police officers that had pulled Jessica Messica over. Now, if you guys are not updated and been living under a rock, Jessica Messica a long time ago was driving from a casino
It's not a long time ago. It's not even been a year. It's last year, June 2022.
in a back alley. One of her tires popped off. Let me answer if I get the kind of story correct. One of the tires popped off. Cop pulled up. She thought that the police officer was going to help her with the tire,
Lex
or
Nicole.
I guess drive her to a spot where she can change her tire or whatever. The officer came to her, asked her, "Have you had anything to drink?" Now, her first mistake, the mistake that Jessica Messica said, "Yeah, I had some wine." Police changed their demeanor and they wanted to take a breathalyzer, have her take a field sobriety. She didn't want to She didn't want to do any of those things, so of course they took her in. Now,
All right, wait a second. How much of this do we actually truly believe? That, oh, for some reason it's only because she mentioned the wine that the cops decided to charge her, to test her. How much of Jessica Messica's story do you actually believe? Because it really still doesn't make any sense. So what happened was she said that she went out on a date at the casino. Of course, there are two major ones in Connecticut. You either go to Foxwoods, which I've been to, And a few minutes away is the other one where UFC is. That's why I'm so familiar with that casino. But yeah, I've been to both actually the same night. Go figure that, right? So pretty much she was at the other casino, and she said that she was on a date, she had some wine, she was already on a donut with her car, and yeah, she drove home on that donut, hit a curb, blew the tire, and kept on going. Now that isn't something you should do. She alleges she was gonna go to I don't know, somewhere to get a new tire, and why should have gotten a new tire on in the first place so that your donut would be your backup tire. But that didn't happen. So she cops rightfully pulled her over. And because they pulled her over, I think maybe, perhaps, just maybe, some lives were saved. Because a lot of us it's a big no no if we're leaving from the Mohegan Sun to go home and we're on wine. It's a big no no to be driving drunk because you never know what could have happened. She could have taken out a family like mom and dad with three kids in the back. You never know what's going to happen. So thankfully, she was arrested because it's poor decision making to drive from the casino when you could literally leave your car there and take a cab home. Do the right thing. Don't put yourself in the situation and maybe kill somebody. I don't want that to happen to any families. All right, Lindsay says she screamed that the cops are not changing the tire. Yeah, cops don't do that these days. Well, the cops I've seen, like, they don't change your tire or help you with any of that crap anymore, and they don't give you free rides home. Like, they're not a taxi service. Back in the day, yeah, you would hear stories like that. You know, when the cops were familiar in your community, you would know the cops by name. Smaller community, the cops were familiar with their community. The policing was more personal because these cops would know you and you would know them. Now there is unfamiliarity. Everybody's a stranger. You may or may not know the cop, and it's just not the same. Yeah. So at the end of the day, there's zero excuses for the DUI, DWI, whatever you want to call it. But let's continue.
Here's the mistake. First and foremost, being I've gotten pulled over like that plenty of times by these police out here. I say, fuck you.
Tip top.
I don't say nothing. Nigga, what you pull me over for? ID registration, here it is. You better let me know what you pull me over for. Period. I don't say nothing to these popos. These motherfuckers is out here to capture you for whatever. I don't blow in the shit. I don't take field sobrieties. I don't do none of that shit. All that shit is cap.
Hey,
Straight
observer.
up. Now, if you are driving and swerving and you fucking doing all that wild shit and you DUIing, of course. Of course. But if you know you ain't doing nothing wrong, that motherfucking officer better be on his P's and goddamn Q's. He better have a reason why. You know what I mean? Because Marshawn Lynch in Oakland was just in his car. Now, he was kind of buzzed and his tire was off his car. I mean, you guys can look in that situation. Cops didn't even pull him over. They just took him out of the car and did whatever to him, whatever. Now he's suing the shit out of him. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, sometimes these police officers is after whatever they after. And the fact that she's trying to fight it in court is her thing. And maybe she doesn't want to talk about the situation because she's fighting it in court. It's a sealed document. It's a sealed
Well,
document.
she isn't exactly fighting in court. She admitted her guilt, which is one of the prerequisites of the program that she was in. She's alleging she was in the MAD program, and that is the program where you get into and you go to a meeting for those victim impact panels where you hear from people who have their lives changed because of people doing stupidity such as drinking and driving or under the influence of drugs and driving. So, like I said, there's no way for her to get out of this situation because she's caught red handed. It's a slam dunk case, and I keep using that term and I keep using it. One, you have to do some sort of program. So, whether that is going to a rehab and or sober house or going to a victim impact panel, You got to do that. The second prerequisite, you got to admit guilt. If you're not going to admit your guilt, you're not coming in one of these programs, because then you haven't learned anything and you're trying to claim your innocence for something that you've obviously been caught in, that they know you're guilty because they've tested you. They know that there's alcohol in your system and you were behind the wheel.
It's something sealed. It has not been released yet. Nobody's found guilty or not guilty. So the fact that Monty is doing this super ass deep dive in a DUI that is not even is it as
True,
is
Lindsay.
I don't know if it's but he's trying to compare that Jessica Messica talked about S Jam's drunken driving to
Mm-hmm.
her drunken. Now the difference between S Jam is S Jam crashed his ass into a motherfucking pole. Okay.
But we're not even sure if he was or wasn't drunk yet. I'm not even making in comparisons. What I'm stating is the facts. You have to admit your guilt to be in one of these programs, and you have to be in some sort of program for them to, for if you look up the case online, for it to say that it's statutory sealed, that automatically tells me she's in one of those programs where you can't look this up. And then if she goes ahead with the program and she does whatever the judge and the ADA say to do, then they come back to the issue because it's still awaiting disposition, and then they're going to clear it off her record. But one of the things, once again, you have to admit your guilt, as in you have to tell them you were indeed drinking and driving, and you have to have a clean and clear criminal record. Else, if you were drinking and driving any other time before that, you wouldn't be in the program.
And he did not get a DUI. He crashed his ass into a motherfucking pole, drunk as a motherfucking skunk, text people how drunk he was. Okay.
Facts, Nikki D.
He barfed on two people, and the cops still managed to drive him home and tuck him in his bed. Now that's an amazing ass story. But Monty wants to say, oh, why is Jessica Messica talking about this person who did not get a DUI, crashed into a motherfucking pole, barfed on 5 people? I'm adding people now.
Facts, Bevs.
Cops see the whole scene and see everything going on. The pole and fucking S Jam's story about the situation is that the pole moved and hit him. the pole the pole was right here,
Uh-huh.
and then it moved over. The pole got in my way, officer.
But this isn't about SGM though. This is about Jessica Messica. Am I hard up for content? No, but I will react to whatever I feel is necessary, and this is one of them. These are one of the things that I am passionate about, and it's stopping people from drinking and driving.
And the officers took him home, tucked him in, and nothing happened to him. See, that's a story.
Thank you. Observant says it's called ILC in lieu of conviction. They'll order treatment instead of conviction in some cases, which is what she should be saying and be thankful is that she's lucky that she ain't getting a record for her DUI, her stupidity, because it is stupid to drink and drive, especially when you could have easily taken a cab, you could have easily Ubered. She ain't living that far from where the casino was. She could have Ubered home, maybe call somebody, or just not drink in the first place.
You know, so Jessica Messica has the right to talk about that story. All right, Jessica Messica drinking some wine. Drinking some wine, driving. It's not. It doesn't sound like it's a pullover of somebody that was driving erratically. It seems like
Actually, that is wrong. She was driving erratically. She even said it in her story. If I gotta bring it up, I gotta bring it up. But I remember the story. She was driving like that. It was okay. She was on the New London Turnpike, you know, the road with the narrow lanes that goes past the golf course. There's a reason she chose New London Turnpike, because where she was living before, it don't make no sense choosing New London Turnpike. Now she said she was gonna try and get her tire fixed. You ain't gonna get a blown donut fixed, okay? You're gonna have to get it replaced. and you should have gotten your regular tire replaced, like I keep saying, instead of a donut and having to drive on a donut because you're just gonna mess your car up. Anyways, she was driving erratically. That's my point. She even said it in her story. Can we move on?
She might have hit something, tire exploded.
No, she didn't might have hit something. She declared she did hit something. She hit the curb when she was turning, which even shows how intoxicated she was. Because it's not only ignorance that you're on a donut, which is only supposed to be used for emergencies. Then she hit a curb, showing displaying how intoxicated she was. Then on top of that, she was driving erratically, which is why the cops took notice of her. That and the blown tire.
I'm not giving anybody a pass on a DUI. If you've driven drunk or if you drive drunk, that's disgusting. You can really
Yeah,
hurt and kill somebody.
yeah, exactly. You
But what
could.
I'm not going to do is I'm not going to drag somebody on a DUI that's pending. Just it's
It's not pending. The DUI is actually not pending. The disposition is pending because it's a waiting disposition, as in they want to verify that she's gone through the program that they've requested her to go through. And if she's completed all the requirements, then a disposition will be had and then it will be removed from her record. Lady D says it isn't the first time either of them DUI, it is just the first time they got caught. Yeah, can you imagine how many times she has driven uh, under the influence of alcohol? Can you imagine? Because I'm like, yeah, it's rather disgusting because yeah, people will take will drink and drive, drink and drive, drink and drive until they're caught. And the first time they're caught, some people will stop. Other times, some people won't stop, and then they get caught again. Hurl World LLC says, so why is it okay for Messica to drunk drive but no one else? I don't see that same energy your mama claims to have for everyone when when it comes to her drunk driving. Yeah, that's so true. Like there's a lot of alliances, allegiances where some people are hard on others while soft on other people. So there is an alliance of some sorts between Jessica Messica, Yo Mama, and other people. You've seen it, I've seen it, and this is literally the display of such things. This is the display. He's gonna be soft on Jessica Messica. Now, I don't see how he is gonna spin this because I'm stating it from facts. I can show you the docket number. I can show you that it's statutorily sealed, which automatically made me think, okay, yeah, this is gonna be cleared off her record as long as she, does what she needs to do.
if somebody it's innocent till proven guilty. Everybody got the right to fight a case. Everybody got a right to go to court to try to fight it, to look the officer in the eye, talk about the situation. Everybody got a right for that. Okay? And I give her props because at least she's not hiding it like other people. At least she explained the situation.
No, she did hide it. What are you talking about? She did hide it. How did she not hide it? Did she when she was around on in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March? Did she talk about her DUI that she got last year? No, she didn't. She was clowning people of all the stuff that they've done in their lives. Yet she never was like, hey guys, by the way, last week or last month or 2 months ago, I got a DUI. And yeah, I hope to get it cleared off my record because it was my first time. Did she say that? No, she said nothing about it. She was hoping, wishing, praying that nobody would find out. But as Bev said, she hid it from everyone until Kiwi Farms exposed her and people started talking about it. Exactly. So how is she being open and honest here?
Situation. Just Breezen still hasn't told us what happened with her two DUIs. Why the fuck did she have a whole ass computer in her car? Now, This is the thing about Monty and the problem with Monty. Monty's always about picking sides because he did all this deep dive into Jessica Messica, explaining her story and talking about her story. But he never does a deep dive into Jessica Messica, who has 2 DUIs,
I mean, just breezy.
and never ever did a deep dive on how, where, when, what happened. Why did she have a whole fucking computer put? You don't want to talk about that.
Because I don't want to. I'm not here to react to reactors. I am a channel that reacts to Foodie Beauty and DLF and Pete's. That's what my channel is built on. Why the hell am I deep diving on another reactor? That's not my forte. That's not what my channel is about. Why does she have to divulge anything? She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't. Just like anybody else doesn't have to divulge anything.
He's not enemies with Jessica, just breezing. So that story never be brought up. But Jessica Messica, I'm an enemy of, who's explained the story,
Monty's
who's talked
bias.
about it, and has
Is that what it is? Yo, mama, I'm biased because I don't want to talk about Just Breezy. I'm not a Just Breezy reaction channel.
not shied away from it. That's the person you want to go after, but not the person that denied having a DUI for what, the past year. And then they found out that she did have a DUI. Then she goes, "Yeah, I had a DUI of 20 years ago." How many? Oh, maybe 2 or 3. Huh? Again, this right here, Jan's views, this is what you call a biased person. Somebody on the
Sure.
internet that just wants to be 100% biased. They don't like you, so they're going to do a deep dive and talk about you. And this man is doing a
Is that bias though? How am I biased? I'm not a Just Breezy reaction channel. You picked a side. You're saying so, but how am I biased though if I'm really given the facts? The fact is, she had a DUI. The fact is, she told the story and I repeated it verbatim. The fact is, she has to go to court on June 21st, 2023, to have her disposition. The fact is that if that goes well, it's the statutorily sealed case is gonna be removed from her record because it's gonna be in lieu of conviction because she got lucky. Those are all facts. So how am I being biased to any facts? I'm not. I'm telling it like
100%.
it
Like,
is.
let me just go straight in. He said, "Wait, just Breezy had a breathalyzer in her car?" Yes. Yes, she did. She had a breathalyzer in her car. And then she got drunk again, did cocaine, went and could not go in her car because remember, she had a breathalyzer. She had to call her friend to go to work. That's the day she got fired. Friend had to take her to work. That that's on the smoke. Become a member and you can see the smoke video. I might public the smoke video again, but if you're a member, you can see the smoke video. But here it is. Roll it.
Because of the whole Keffels. Nisi says, from a legal perspective, you do not normally lose your license for a year if it is your first DUI offense in Connecticut. That I'm not sure of. Some people are saying that you automatically lose your license. Other people, as in Nisi is like for your first time, you don't. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look that up. Situation. If you don't know, Keffels is taking legal action between herself and the London Maria again Leone to. So let me start playing what Jessica Messica has to say, and let's go. Fact story, Al. Oh, she likes to clown me, I guess, with
That's
the playing my music from years ago.
bro. That's not clowning you. That music, that song is hard, dog. Baby,
Sure,
come on. This is
sure it
your
is.
final warning. That song
I'm
is
gonna
hard
have
as
to
fuck,
remix.
nigga. We need to be doing a remix, son of a bitch. The fucker. Baby, come on. You know, he sounded like he had to take a shit when he made that song, right? You know, he was in the bathroom. Baby, come on. This is your final warning. You know, he was taking a shit when he made this song, right? Y'all know
No,
that, right?
no, that's
You know he was in the bathroom struggling like a motherfucker, right? He was constipated than a motherfucking bitch. Baby, he was trying to let go of a fucking dump. Baby, this is your final word. I'm wondering where you at.
okay.
Flush the toilet. I'm wondering where you at.
She doesn't change your jam.
The fuck is
Cool.
wrong with you, nigga? Imagine a woman hearing that shit.
Get her wet. That's what she'll
Who are you
do.
singing that to? Purple Glitter? Baby, come over. This is your final warning. She was like, it was like, he was like, oh, you need another garage part, nigga?
Hey, Rose Talk, what's up?
I need another garage part. This is your final. Baby, get this ticker. It's 150. He charged her 150 for that goddamn ticker. It's gonna be 150. Purple Glitter, where you at? Purple Glitter. Purple Glitter, where the fuck you at?
Right, Lindsay?
I'm wondering where you at. With my garage part.
No, hopefully she is far away from the internet and far away the hell from me. That's what I want. I want some peace and silence.
They don't sell those garage parts over here in Canada. What? They only sell them over there in the Home Depot.
Oh, okay. I totally get it now. I didn't know what he was talking about. The garage parts for my garage door. Gotcha. If you didn't know, I need to repair my garage door. The parts were not on Home Depot Canada, but on Home Depot USA, and I had to order them. They didn't ship to Canada, so I got them shipped to PG. And of course, then she shipped them to me, along with some other stuff. But, that's neither here nor there. That is not what we're here for, ladies and gentlemen. Her World says, let's not forget that during the time Messica was arrested for DUI, she was never El Scammy's mod, defending him, flirting with him, and blocking everyone that criticizes him. Yeah, exactly. Let's not forget that.
What are we talking about? Go ahead.
Oh, using it as her intro.
This is your final warning.
Thanks,
Oh,
Nikki.
boy.
Appreciate
You know what?
you.
The greatest song ever made. That's the greatest song ever made. That needs to be on the billboards. It's so fucking hot. You can't even. That voice is on fucking deck.
Really gotta redo that song, but let's go for it.
You do. You
That
really
is
do.
for when I currently I have way too much things to do. So when
What?
I'm in
What do you mean you got way too many things to do? All
the
you do is
life,
talk shit about. If it ain't Gaining Ground or Jessica Messica's Feudy Beauty, you only got 3 subjects. What do you mean you got shit to do?
Nicole E says, I like Breezy. She fought hard to get her life on track and is a success story for sure, for sure, for sure. A lot of people agree with you. I mean, girl roles changing is all I gotta say. In terms of shit I have to do, I got life to do. I got a house move. I got to teach people how to drive. I see friends. I got to deal with family. There's a whole another world other than being online.
You ain't got shit to do. Get to that next song, man. Final warning.
All right, we got a better position. Yeah, it seems she is
We need that
obsessed.
song.
It's
We need that
it's a
remix.
passive aggressive tactic, is what it is. All right,
See,
let's
we
move
need that
forward.
remix,
Banger.
though.
It is. It is a
It is a
banger.
banger.
Ups and downs.
Yeah, somebody is behind in life. They should have been learning how to drive a long, long time ago. But sometimes you connect with certain people and you get behind. You don't get certain skills that I think everybody needs, especially when you want to move on with your life. So,
So I was like, I should find out when my court date is so I don't miss court, because that would be bad. I mean, Monty would love it if I miss court, because that would probably be some shit, right?
Oh yeah.
So I go on to fuck, I should have shown this receipt. Hold on. Anyways, I go on to, I'm not going to show it because it has a bunch of other people's names on it. So anyway, Monty shows it anyway.
sure,
I go
Ziggy.
on the CTJUD website.
Yeah,
I
Lindsay.
type in Jessica Cook. Yes, that's my name, bitch. Under criminal and motor vehicle pending. And I see that I have a court date for June 21st, right? So I'm like, let me click on this to get more information. And when I click on it, it's like, this has been sealed with the docket number. This
Okay, here's the point that I went over again. I'm like, how the hell do you have somebody have to tell you when your court date is for something so serious? Because if she missed that and she didn't put in anything about if she's actually done any type of program, do you know what was going to happen? What do you think was going to happen if she missed this court date and they didn't know whether or not she completed either sober house or rehab or the mad victim impact panels? What do you think the judge was going to do in a DUI case? Miami Voice says he's talking about Monty doesn't have shit to do. See, the hypocrisy, Jessica don't have shit all day, but he doesn't say anything about that. Right.
is sealed. And I'm like, shit, this is sealed. Like, how am I going to know information about court?
Right.
So then I go look through my emails.
Okay, this is literally absurdly. Yeah, most likely a warrant was gonna be issued. So she's lucky that I made this video because shit. I'm still scared. I'm like, how the hell do you not know when your court date is for a DUI, which is rather serious? I'm like, how can you not know? Absurdly
Right.
immature. What's another word for this situation? How can you have such an important life event in front of you and you have no idea about it? Why you're gonna tell us that the courts didn't inform you? Because it seems that's a common excuse. Oh, I wasn't told by the courts.
Right.
And no, they told you. You either
No, that's true. That is true. Like, you got something like that big, and that can go in your record like that. Yeah, that is true. Because any business or any work spot or anything that you're trying to get in the future, that can really harm you.
got it in the mail and or you got it by email.
That's true.
They told you. How can you forget that you have a court case in June? Yeah, it. Thank you, Shadow Fox. Absurdly idiotic is what this is.
So let me explain a situation,
Ignorant.
and I'll show you some receipts.
I mean, it's not all bad, but he had the extra on. He added some extra on that spice though.
But just hear me out, and I'm sorry if this is repetitive.
Yep, irresponsible.
So I was like, oh,
She said that though.
So let me just,
I mean, Monty, come on, bro. She's literally admitting it. Like, bro, she said that though. I mean, you gotta give some. You know what? I don't like a person that sits there and tries to play victim or not take responsibility for their shit. Those are the people you call out, Monty.
Isn't that what she's doing? Like, she was full on crying in the stream. Full on crying, making it seem as if, oh, it's Monty's fault that Jessica Messica had wine at the casino on her date with whoever she was on. And it's Monty's fault that she had a donut on her tire. She was going around a corner, blew her tire, and it's Monty's fault that the cops took notice of her and gave her a DUI charge. It's just Monty's fault, right?
People like Just Breezing are the other people that, do something and then they try to wash it away by saying, I didn't really do nothing wrong. What do you mean I beat an old man? I got battery. He tried to beat me. I was protecting him. What? People like that are the people you talk about. But people that take responsibility and say, yeah, that was a fuck up. I messed up. That was some dumb shit. You gotta let them own that. You know what I mean? Like, to sit there and just be like, I'm gonna go harder, even though they're going hard on themselves. Like, this shit is weird. Go ahead.
So I decided to go through my email, and I found a lady that I had been in contact with about my court case.
Right.
So I decided to hit this lady up to be like, hey, can I get some updates? So
Even this part is ridiculous. Okay, so you were in contact with somebody, so you're really declaring that you really did know about it. Because at first she said she didn't know about when the case was. It's more like you knew about it, but it wasn't important to you. So then you had to go look up who you were in contact with about this court case. Because for me, I would have this in my ledger. I would be having it in my phone, multiple places. Like, this is my court date where I got a chance to not have this on my record. Let me make sure I go to court, not only be on time, but in fact be early. Because this is important. I don't want to get a warrant out for my arrest if I don't show up, or I miss, or the judge does something, or they're like, oh, you're no longer eligible for a in lieu of conviction program, such as MAD, Victim Impact Panel. That's what I would do. In fact, I think it's my time that I put this on the screen here because somebody said something. It's just okay, which I feel is actually extremely important. So let me put this up on the screen. This is actually very, very important. And I really like this idea that they were spewing here. So let me put it up. Here we go. Oh, almost. Okay, so here we go. This is from It's Just Okay. Let me share my screen again. They say this: the point of a MAD victim impact panel is so that you can see, hear, and understand how your continued poor choices could affect others. Rehab is an opportunity for you to work on yourself. So there's the difference between a MAD impact panel. The MAD impact victim impact panel is for you to see how your choices could have or have affected others, while her rehab that she went to was for her opportunity to work on herself. So it's just okay continues. While I think it's important that her mother gave her an ultimatum and forced her hand into getting help for her alcohol problem, I believe she would absolutely still benefit from listening to others' experience to gain a different perspective on her poor choices. I wholeheartedly agree with this. She should still go to that MAD victim impact panel because the rehab and the sober house was for her to work on herself. She doesn't have the understanding of what her choices of drinking and driving that night and other nights has done to other people, so she needs to hear the harrowing stories of the victims of drunk driving or driving under the influence of any other type of drug. I really like that. There's other comments that are hard hitting, that goes to the heart, that I'll bring up throughout this stream. So let me go back to what we were looking at. But yeah, that was big facts.
So I'm gonna show you the updates. I'll show you all the screenshots, but let me explain something real quick. Maybe I should just
Hey Suzy Q. Hey Pause and Pose, what's up?
It's gonna be hilarious if it's not about you.
Might be.
Either way, if it's not about me, I'm just gonna throw the receipts out here for the record.
Okay.
Because I've never tried to obtain these receipts. I was just like, damn, June is coming up. I should look into this. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I could never.
I want to say something really quick. And if I get emotional, I'm not baiting you for tears. I don't think I'm going to get emotional. I don't feel the emotion right now, but I'm going to say something really quick. I am not denying the fact that I was arrested for a DUI. I'm denying that I was convicted of DUI.
I respect that. I respect.
But wait a second. Really? But yeah, you weren't criminally convicted, but you admitted guilt. You had to admit the guilt in the court. So just because it's not on your criminal record, which you should be lucky that it isn't, this is like what, a win? Hey Aquamarine.
When I went to court for this situation, it was explained to me. So basically, I was loud with the cops because I thought they were going to help me because my tire blew out. And they asked me if I had been drinking, and I said I had wine at dinner. So then
I'm like that too. I'm like that too. I'm like that too. I'm the same way. I don't fuck around with cops like that. You pull me over, I'm rolling down my window. I'm getting really, and then they'll try to find something on you. They'll be like, "Oh, you got an attitude, huh?" I'd be like, yeah, bitch. The fuck? Wouldn't know nothing. Monty wouldn't know nothing about that.
Oh, I know everything about that because I've said every time I'm in Quebec or small town Ontario, I'm getting pulled over. I was at Orange Julep in the back for 3 minutes. Cops already there. Sûreté Quebec's already there. I'm in Gatineau for 5 minutes at nighttime. My car is being followed left, right, and center by a cop. That the fact that I had to just pull over and be like, listen. Well, I would say it in a nice way because the nicer you are to cops, the easier they will be on you. So I'm not here to provoke police officers or whatnot. I'll keep it cool. I'll keep it kosher, and I'll be nice. But if they want a cop attitude and try and do something with me, then of course I'm gonna say something. Yeah, DWB, straight up DWB. I'm in Gatineau, Quebec, right where the McDonald's is, right next to the bridge that connects Quebec with Ontario. All of a sudden, I'm being followed around by police. Sûreté, Quebec, and SQ once again when I was at Orange Julep. Yeah, I know all about that, especially when I'm driving all over the place. I'm in a small town, Ontario. I get that as well. So I do know all about that.
Monty looked like the type to comply. Hey!
And yes, I do comply so that I don't, one, get my ass beat, get charges on me that I gotta fight. Yes, I will comply. That is true.
You know why I pulled you over? Yes, I do, officer. Yes. Driving while Negro. Listen, let me tell you something, officer. Let me tell you. If you want to handcuff me, I will. Matter of fact, I got donuts in the back. Here we go. Would you prefer glaze or would you like sprinkles?
That is not even.
Yes. I got glaze and sprinkles for both of you guys.
That is not even a joking matter, considered how much of our brothers get beat up, attacked, permanently injured over this situation. You should comply. Why the hell would you not comply? Exactly. You should comply because you don't want to do anything that gives them a reason to beat your ass or put you in jail or put charges on you.
This nigga's a complier, bro. Yep.
Backstory, yo.
Hey, black man, do you know why I pulled you over? Yes, I do, officer. I absolutely do. I got these glazed right here. Would you like some? Give me my ticket. You get out of the car.
Miami Vice.
Monty's already out of the car. Yes, sir. I'm already. Yes. What do you need? Bro, come on, man. You can't be this. You can't be this square though, Monty. Cops pull you over on some dumb shit. I'm going off.
And they change it.
Okay, you do that. I'll comply, of course, within the parameters of the law, and then I will sue after. Get me some money if they're doing some bullshit. But not complying just gives them a reason for them to do anything they want to you, fuck you up, mangle your shit, put your car into impound. Then you got to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Then you got a court case. Hundreds if you're lucky, probably not. If you, I don't know, maybe get a paralegal and it's an easy case, but probably not. Probably thousands of dollars. I've seen guys rack up 10, 20 G's just because they don't want to comply. No, I'm not about that. I don't got 10 to 20 G's to waste.
Whole tune because I was being rude too. So they were like, get out of the car. And I'm like, I'm not drunk. I'm not doing shit, etc., etc. They take me to the police station. They tell me to blow. I refuse to blow. I'm like, I'm not blowing. I'm not doing anything. Like, this is ridiculous, right? And they told me, if you don't comply with us, everything is going to be harder for you. You not complying is the hard way. And I'm stubborn. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to take the hard way. So anyway, Jessica ends up in court. Do I condone drinking and driving? No. Okay. I do not condone drinking and driving in any way, shape, or form.
See, Monty don't understand that. I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way. I think the difference between me and Jessica Messica is Jessica Messica's on her own. She's got to do it on her own. She got to fight it on her own. Me, dude, I got relatives that are fucking lawyers. You know what I mean? I got family that's lawyers. When fucking cop get out of hand with me, dog, I get on the phone. I call, hey, talk to this. And they give them the penal code and everything. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so they get on the phone. Yeah, is that well? Some people don't have lawyers in their families, and some people are getting their ass beat before they can get on the phone, even if they do have lawyers in their families. There's that. Not everybody can get on the phone because some cops, yo, they're just there to beat your ass, and that's it. They see somebody, they might be thinking in their heads, hey, I'm gonna pull this guy over and I'm gonna beat his ass. Because I've seen it. I've heard about it happen. And that's a reality for a lot of people. So for me, I'd comply and I'll hold the officers accountable after the situation has happened.
This would happen to me, and I would have fucking went down there. Man, that court would have been quick. Lord, fucking officers would have got in trouble. I got a fucking cop in trouble in San Pedro doing that dumb shit. Pulled me over, took me out of the car and all that shit. And I was yelling at him because he said, oh, we're looking for a suspect and you fit the suspect's description or some shit like that. Pulled me out of the car, did all that bullshit, had me in the back of the car. I was like, yeah, okay. You playing this stupid ass fucking game. I was doing all that shit that was in the front seat, typing in and shit and all that crap like that. And it was like, oh, yeah, well, we made a mistake. I was like, nah, you put me in the back. I called my fucking cousin up so quick. That motherfucker showed up to that motherfucker the next goddamn day on them motherfuckers. That motherfucker, that goddamn cop that did that shit is still on desk duty. I don't play that shit, man. Nigga don't know. He don't know about that, though. He don't know about that life.
So anyway, I go to court, etc., etc. The judge tells me this.
Right, goddess.
As long as you don't have any infractions, like you have no other history of motor vehicle anything, you don't have DUIs or anything.
Yeah. That's how they do it.
This will get removed from your record within a year. But you have to, anyone that's arrested in like Connecticut for like DUI, you have to do a panel. It's called it's Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a victim impact panel.
And that's what they try to do. See, that's what they try to do to not make it go any further in court. They'd be like, okay, this happened. This, you want to fight it, but we don't, we can't,
Here's Lady D.
Say that we're guilty. We had a reason why we had to bring you in here. So let's make this easy. Why don't we just erase this from your record? It's not a big deal. We can just get this over with and this is done. You know, she's not saying she's guilty, not saying innocent. Thank you, Vicky Vibes, for the $2. Monty just mad because he backed up.
All right. Can I reiterate one thing? For you to be in one of these programs, you have to admit guilt. It's a prerequisite. You cannot be in a program where you keep saying that you didn't drink and drive. It don't make no sense. Nobody's gonna do that shit. You have to admit your guilt. You have to say that yes, you were drinking and driving. Yes, you admit that you were doing it. You can't be in any of these programs. You can't be somewhere where you're saying, "Oh, I never drunk a day in my life," and be in rehab for alcoholism. That don't make no sense. You have to admit that you've been doing something. You have to admit that, hey, yeah, I was in the wrong. Like I don't get this. It's not that hard to understand, right? Right, guys? Yeah. All right. Anyways, all right. So let me put this up on the screen here because Yo Mama did this yesterday, and some people had a few words to say. Billy Joel said this. Let me kind of scroll in here. Only complete idiots like Naturd and JM would talk about the details of their pending criminal case. When Naturd does it, you call him a moron. But when Jessica Messica does it, you say she's being honest and not playing victim. Yet Jessica Messica was crying like an effing baby and playing victim. Funny how you left out that part where the babbling idiot cries about being fat and unshowered after getting arrested for DUI, which was just a couple of months ago. How convenient and non-biased of you. Come on, man. That would have been hilarious for you to clown Jessica Messica on that. Too bad she's in your DMs. Pathetic. So that was Billy Joe saying that. How long ago? 9 hours ago. And then we got who else had a really okay, here we go. Gina had a captivating response. 1 hour 9 minutes 40 seconds in a long time ago is how we preface Jessica's upcoming DUI charges. Interesting. Was it longer ago than when Breezy caught her charges? Cause if not, that means according to even your own logic that you've been talking about ancient history with Breezy. But no one can make vids about Jessica Messica's far more current behavior. Apparently, it's okay for Jessica Messica to be a drunk in the very recent past, but not for Breezy over a decade ago. Only a complete Jessica Messica simp could make that make sense, Hunted. ETA, I love the spin you're putting on her story. Poor Jessica Messica was coming home from church one Sunday when a tire popped, and because honest person that she is, she admitted to the mean overreactive officers she'd had a sip of sacrament wine. Not really, but just about. The way you hyperbolize and harp on the stuff with Breezy and minimize and gloss over Jessica's wrongdoings just illustrates how biased you actually are. And that really summed up this entire stream. Yeah, right there. Thank you, Gina. I really appreciated that one because that was very concise and yeah, 100% wrapped it all up just like that.
He backed up on that cage. He backed up in cage. Oh man.
Facts, Miami.
Cage off. Fucking cage off. Vicky vibes in the building. Shout out to Vicky. Caged off. Man, matter of fact, I had an idea in my head. I don't know if Vicky vibes and Jessica Messica even
Facts
know
are
each other or
world.
whatever, but I always had it in my head. That that would be the meanest. That would be the meanest ass podcast on this planet if those two did like streams or videos together. That shit would be fun. That shit would be funny because they both got the same kind of energy and they both kind of got the same kind of like, you know, they'll shoot from the hip, like they won't hold back on anything. So I always thought those two pairing up together would be fire. But then you would be in the same situation with Sarah Jane and Frida. It'd be like, okay, we're starting to make money. How we gonna split this? And then there'll be a whole beef. So, but I always thought that them two doing a joint podcast, something like this on the internet, that should be fire. It would be. It would be. And plus, y'all got the same enemies anyway. Hey, y'all got the same enemies.
Facts,
So,
Lady D.
yeah. So
Big facts.
Yeah, thank you very much. Man, he backed up in cage, huh? Oh goddamn.
Oh, really? Is that what happened? He turned off the stream right before the Jessica Messica Waterworks. Oh, okay. All right. That's why we're gonna be ending soon. All right. Gotcha. Maybe I'll put it back on.
Where
Ain't
you
stressing
watch
today.
footage from people who have experienced loss due to drunk drivers. Okay.
All right, so let me put that panel up because I am a person that is not okay with the drunk driving. In fact, there was an incident that I was witness to where somebody almost lost their life last night.
Last night? You came on today? There was an incident last night that somebody almost lost their life. From a drunk driver last night. Okay. Oh man. And he decided to do this video today.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to pull the heartstrings right here. Here we go.
Not okay with the drunk driving.
What happened?
In fact, there was an incident
Facts.
that I was witness to where somebody almost lost their life last night. He doesn't believe me. Should I put up the receipts? Like, I don't understand. Why do people think I just don't have the receipts? I got the text message right here. I guess I can put it up. All right, we're gonna continue with this. Here we go. I'm gonna put it up on the screen, okay? Because it seems I gotta keep coming with the receipts. So I have it on my phone. Even the kid's dad was like, "Hey, you witnessed my son's accident, and I might probably have to go to court because it was some serious shit." I'll email it to myself and then accident. Okay, and then I'll put it up on the screen.
To what?
It included somebody on a motorbike. Road rage was part of it. It was a huge mess, and I had to.
What does that have to do with drunken driving, though? It sounds like a
somebody
road
was
rage
drunk.
incident. What does this have to do with?
Because when somebody is drunk, then rage can and will happen. So it's a road rage incident where somebody is drunk. Let's go.
You know, it hits home because last night. Wait, what happened? Like road rage incident. Wait, we're talking about DUI. You're talking about road rage? What do we?
Man, the reaching is so like seriously. Yo, mama, don't do this again, because I could have been clowning super hard to be cool, because once again, this is still an incident that is gonna really piss a lot of people off. It's still something that touches home, because we got 200 and something people, 250 or so watching this right now. And out of those 250 people, how many you think has been greatly affected by some jackass on the road driving drunk? How many? All right, so I just took a screenshot. Let me save it. I'm gonna save as, and we are gonna save it as a PNG, and we're gonna put it as accident. Then I'm gonna put it up on the screen, because I don't need to cap here. Whatever is happening, and I don't need to cap and make lies or tell lies, because I want to make a story look better. Okay, so here it is. Accident. So here's his father here. Hey, it's from last night. You witnessed my son's accident. Can I get your last name and have my insurance company contact you as a witness? Saturday, May the 6th, 437 number. Why? Saturday. So last night was Friday. So when I said last night, I meant last night. So there you go. There you have it. That's the text. And even the kid contacted me. Why do I need to cap? I don't need to cap. Let's go.
Last night on a fucking motorcycle. What are we talking about? What are we fucking talking about?
It included somebody on a motorbike. Road rage was part of it. It was a huge mess, and I had to be a witness to that. So
you had to be a witness. So you had to be a witness? What are you talking about?
And this is where you look like a fool once I bring the receipt, because now you're looking like a dumbass when it literally, yeah, I have to be a witness because I saw it happen in front of me.
Officer, right here. Monty here. They know Monty by first name. Mr. Monty. Monty, how you doing? Popo's here. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for those donuts, Monty. So did you see the incident?
Yeah, actually, the sergeant did call me back, and he asked me, "Did you see the incident?" And then I gave an eyewitness report. So should I put that up on the screen too? You want the sergeant's phone number?
He love the popos, don't he? He love the cops, huh? I bet you he hated that NWA.
This dude nearly got killed and broke his arm in several places. His bike's fucked up, and he survived. And this guy is clowning a serious incident where this kid nearly got killed. He could have gotten decapitated last night. Well, Friday when the incident happened. And we got somebody here clowning. You're clowning a kid on a bike that nearly got his head cut off. It's not funny.
Fuck the who? I can't believe you said that. This man wanted to be a cop. Oh man, this is out of control.
Hard because we have 130 something people watching.
Right.
There's at least a couple of people whose families, direct or relatives, distant relatives, have been impacted by this.
Why are you trying to pull at the heartstrings? First you tried to make it seem like you are directly impacted with this and talked about some road rage case, and now you're talking to your chat. And now you're bringing up mothers against drunk driving? I mean, dude, this man goes all out, doesn't he?
So here's the MADD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, impact panels that you would go to in the Connecticut area. So here's the website. So Connecticut Victim Impact Panels is what she's talking about. So I did look this up.
Okay.
And
of course you did.
You can do this.
Right.
Do these victim impact panels.
Okay.
And that is what the ADA, the prosecutor, along with the judge, will recommend and implement. If
this is what I don't understand, Monty. telling you all of this though. All this she is telling you out of her own mouth. She's not holding back anything. She's not denying it. She's not sitting there trying to play victim. She's not doing any of those things that people you call out or you expose. You expose people that try to say something that really didn't happen, or you expose people that try to wash things under the bridge. But she's actually the one coming out and telling you what happened, what's going on.
She didn't come out and tell us any of this. She could have told us when it happened in June. She was around in June. She didn't say squat. She didn't say it in July. She didn't say it in August. She didn't tell us in September, October, November, December, or January, or February. When it started coming out, she didn't say it in March. When it came out in April, March, April, is when she decided to come clean about it. But she wanted it swept underneath the rug, wanted to clown everybody else about what they're doing, and keep this on the low low.
How she feels about it, how hard it is on her, and showing you that she has remorse. She's not showing you like, I don't give a fuck. I would have hit 9 people. She's not doing all of that. Or it was 20 years ago. You hear all these people that talk, Monty, that always talks about when they did something fucking nasty and criminal, and they always go back to, well, that happened 15 years ago, so I don't give a fuck. Those are the people you should be doing all of this shit on. We don't. Jessica Messica is telling you exactly what happened. She's giving you details and telling you the story. There's people out there in the girl world that got shit on them that are telling lies and not even giving us any detail of what happened.
Yeah, you mean like gaining ground? All right, so we maybe I need to kick this dumbass out of the chat. Shannon FLH, Monty, why do you put yourself off as this perfect individual? Did I ever say I was a perfect individual? You sit here and just criticize everyone else. Get a life, you're footy. Dumbass, you fucking loser, Shannon FLH. You're the dumbass that sits online, watches everybody, and then goes into Jessica Messica's chat all day. You are a effing fucking loser. Okay? So if you're gonna call anybody and tell anybody to get a life, it will be you. Get a fucking life, get off Discord, and go do something, you dumbass.
I've not seen you once talk about just breezing and the goddamn computer that was literally in her car, and how did it get there? How badly you had to be drunk for the police department to say,
I have no idea what the hell's going on with Breezy. I have zero idea what the hell's going on with Breezy. What a fluff puff fucking shut in. Get the hell out of the chat, fluff puff, you dumb shut in. Go back to Jessica Messica's Discord server. Ain't nobody want you here.
the next time you get in your car, you got to blow into a machine before it starts? You didn't do no looking into that? But Jessica Messica is your target.
Thank you, Miss Honey Bunny.
It's crazy. It's crazy. This is the hypocrisy. And this just shows your hypocrisy, bro. I mean, I get it. If you want to go at people that drinking and driving, if you want to talk about Jessica Messica, you got to also talk about this person. You got to talk about this person. But you got to talk about the people that's worse.
Right? It ain't that Jessica Messica Discord is full of racist people. Yup. People calling people of color the N word with the hard R. That is happening. I proved it. I can bring up that receipt once again. Having to tell people not to say the N word with a hard R, but it's excused. It's tolerated.
And of course, Jessica Messica shouldn't even be talking about this because it's still an open case. It's still not no guilty or not guilty. I don't know. Weird.
If they feel as if you are a proper candidate because they don't want to impact somebody's life so severely if it's your first time you've never had a drinking and driving case ever, right, and you have a clean record. So this is what they're gonna do. So she might say, okay, Monty said that, you know, I was going to a sober house, or was, you know, going to rehab because of this. Well, there is going to be some sort of program one way or another for that to come.
But you said that she was. Now you're saying, but she might have to. You said it as a fact. You said
All right, so what he's gonna get into is harp on the semantics that I said that she was in a sober house because that's what she needed to do. That could very well be the case. I don't know. Remember, it's statutorily sealed, and Jessica Messica is a liar. So just because she says mad victim impact panels is what she had to do, doesn't actually make it true. I will lay back, I'll sit back, and I'll wait until June 21st and see what happens because I'm not really sure exactly if she is telling the truth or not. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll let the record itself speak. So either way, she had to do a program, whether it be sober house, whether it be rehab, or whether it be victim impact panel. She was required to do a program. We're not going to argue semantics of, oh, you said sober house when it's really victim impact panel. Does it really matter? She had to do something to get out of the trouble that she was in, period. Bottom line.
the reason why she was at that sober living that she got kicked out of was because of the DUI, and you fell back on that. Now you're falling back and saying, okay, maybe that wasn't true, but she might have to see this. This is the thing. You don't even get your shit straight. And then when your shit's not even straight, you try to walk it back so easily. Well, maybe that I was wrong there, but no, you can't be wrong on shit like that. If you're gonna talk about shit like that in people's lives, bro, I mean, at least get the facts straight, and then don't try to be so easy to walk it back, man. See,
Okay, of all people, yo mama, you should not be the one talking about getting the facts right, okay? Seriously. And how do you know if I got it wrong? Once again, Jessica Messica is a person that will lie over and over and over again, okay? So we'll see what happens June 21st, whether I got it right or I got it wrong. Because she's saying one thing and she says a lot of stuff. Let's go.
this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
Judge.
it's
You
a
go too
fact
far
that
on
she
the
had
internet.
something to do. Exactly.
Go too far.
Because it's a slam dunk case. They took her. They noticed she was drunk. They probably smelled the alcohol in her breath. She probably got breathalyzed at the station. Who knows what happened? It's a slam dunk case. You
You said who knows what happened? It's a slam dunk. Who knows what happened? She just explained what happened. She said she didn't even blow in the. Oh my god. But whatever, man.
okay? The point is, she is saying one thing. Do you know if it's true? No, we don't. So that's what I'm saying. Who knows what happens?
I mean, it's what he wants to do. I mean, I guess I mean that's what guys want to do on the internet.
You were still charged with drunk driving. They have the evidence. There's no way out of it. So going to
Monty's gonna be on this case. Watch, he's gonna be he's gonna be the attorney on this case. They want to drop the charges. Monty's gonna be in there like, excuse me, I don't want the charges dropped. I would like to take this one over. It's gonna call the officer and everything. Monty gonna come in. He gonna come in that courtroom with a fucking suitcase. This one right here is not going to be dropped. I will take over, Judge. Judge is like, who the fuck is this guy? Monty here, sir. Do you are you licensed to be a lawyer? Well, I wasn't a week ago, but I did. I did my studying and I passed the bar. This nigga Monty would literally pass the bar just to get on this case. Monty will pass the bar just to get on this case. Yes. I wasn't a week ago, but now I am certified. I'm taking this one on. Yes. You have details about this case? Of course I do. This dude's out of control. Oh man.
either a sober house or a inpatient rehab or welcome.
Like I said, again, I'm gonna close with this. I just feel like Monty is really thank you for the $5, Vicky Vibes. Straight up, he mad at women because he ain't get no poo nanny growing up. He didn't get no poo nanny growing up.
Yeah, totally didn't get any poo nanny growing up. Yes, this is what it boils down to. We are having a serious conversation about DUIs, driving while intoxicated, and Vicky Vibes, that dumbass, boils it down to because I didn't get any punani when I grew up. Yes, so true.
You telling me he was a virgin? Point blank, period. You think he didn't get none when he was growing up?
It's just because of the punani.
Man, I'm telling you. The way purple glitter and these girls be throwing it at him, I don't know. and Buddha Betch, he was about to go over there for the birthday. He was about to and Vicky and he's in the farting on cakes. I don't know, Vicky. that man's a Steven Spielberg of OnlyFans. But I'm gonna close with
Miami
this.
Vice.
Thank you, Vicky Vibes. Thank you very much for the $5. I'm gonna close with
Wait a
this.
second.
Monty, I see what you're trying to do, man.
Yeah.
You see growing channel?
Tell the truth. You mean tell the facts? All right. So you can't handle me green. Jessica Messica, you might have something you will never have. I do have a sense of humor. I have a sense of humor all the time. I just don't think it's funny or a laughing matter when you're talking about something serious such as drunk driving. Because I'm sure if you were in conversation with somebody who lost their mom, their dad, their sister, their brother, their uncle, their aunt, their grandparents, and you started joking and cowling about it, they would get on your ass real quick, Angel, real quick, because that smile will be wiped off your face. Is what I'm saying to you, and you better believe that. Well, okay, so let's wrap this up. What else do we have here? And no laughing matter once you've gone through the pain and the hurt of somebody taking your loved one away. Hey, Rob, and then you got somebody clowning you about it because they'll get up in your face. All right, somebody said something very important here. Let me try and go through with it. Find it.
With you see a growing channel? You guys, oh, let me see. All right, hey, can you hear me? Okay. You guys see he sees a growing channel and he wants to attack. And I just think that's just kind of weird, kind of lame. Let Jessica Messica grow. Let her do her thing. She has some things in her closet, but at least she's exposing it. She's telling the truth and she's talking about herself. So again, Monty, stop the cap. Thank you guys for joining the stream. We will be back next week. Peace.
And that is it from your mama. You guys tell me what's up with this because I don't think this was a laughing matter. I can't believe I even had to show that when I said that an accident happened on a Friday night, I have to show the receipts. That the kid's dad is even messaging me about the accident because I was a witness to it. Why, you think I'm just gonna cap and make that shit up? Why do I need to make up that there was an accident? How messed up are people to actually want to make up accidents to prove a point? That is some messed up shit, but that's just Gorwell for you. People just lie and make shit up just to prove a point. Well, Monty ain't got to do that shit. I'll do this on the fly. I'll show you that there was an actual accident and there is a kid's dad wanting my information so that what they gotta go through with the courts goes through with the courts. I ain't gonna make that up. Yeah, it seems the platform is allowing this shit, but hey, whatever happens, happens. I'm here and I'm out. Have a good rest of your Monday, and I gotta go back to priorities in life. All right. Take care of yourselves, people. Have a good one, and bye bye.